Have you ever pondered the profound mystery of birth, the first breath, the first cry? The birth of a child is truly an enigma, a miracle of existence that has captured the human imagination since time immemorial. This mystery deepens when we consider the soul, that ethereal essence that gives life to our physical form. When does the soul enter the human body? A question as old as humanity itself, and one that has been answered in myriad ways across cultures, faiths, and philosophies. Some propose that the soul's entry occurs at the moment of the first breath, a gasp that marks the transition from the watery confines of the womb to the vast expanse of the world. It's a powerful notion that ties the soul to the act of living, to the very air we inhale and exhale. Others, however, argue that the soul's arrival is not so punctuated. They believe that the soul enters while still in the womb, silently slipping into the developing body, growing in tandem with the physical form. This perspective paints a picture of an intimate dance between body and soul, a partnership that begins before we even draw our first breath. But as we think about these beliefs, let's not forget the subjects of our contemplation, the newborns. We often look at them, swaddled in blankets, eyes wide with wonder, and think they are utterly innocent, completely unaware of the enormity of the transition they've just made. But what if we're mistaken? What if these babies are not as oblivious as we believe? Could it be that they are brave souls who've chosen to enter this dense, challenging realm we call Earth? Could they be the courageous adventurers who've chosen to dive into this human existence, to learn, to grow, to teach us about love? Perhaps newborn babies are not as oblivious as we think. They might be brave souls who've chosen to enter this challenging realm. Their journey, their story is just beginning, a new chapter in the never-ending tale of the soul. Their arrival is a reminder that life is not an accident, but a choice, a grand plan unfolding in every breath, every heartbeat, every cry, and every smile. What if we told you that these newborns are old souls, embarking on another journey in the cycle of life and death? Yes, it's an idea that might seem a bit outlandish at first glance, but it's a thought that has been entertained and studied by philosophers, spiritualists, and even scientists for centuries. It's the concept of reincarnation, the belief that our souls may have lived before, that we may have walked this earth in another time, another place, another body. Imagine, if you will, that life is not a one-off experience, but rather a series of lives like chapters in a book. Each chapter, a new life, a new opportunity for the soul to learn, grow, and evolve. Each lifetime offering a different set of experiences, challenges, and lessons to be learned. Now let's take a step further into the realm of these ideas. What if we didn't just randomly stumble upon these lives? What if we chose them? What if, before we even took our first breath in this life, we had a say in the path we would walk, the lessons we would learn, and the experiences we would have? It's a belief held by many that our souls, in their wisdom and desire for growth, actually choose their next life's journey. They select the lessons they need to learn, the relationships they'll form, and even the hardships they'll endure. It's a courageous act, a brave plunge into the unknown, all in the pursuit of spiritual growth and enlightenment. But what about those souls whose lives are cut short, those who leave us too soon, their departure leaving a void that we struggle to comprehend or fill? Could it be that these souls too had a purpose, a lesson to teach us? Indeed, some souls might carry heavy tasks, teaching us specific lessons. Their short stay with us, a mystery we struggle to comprehend. And while their absence is felt deeply, perhaps there's some comfort in the belief that their journey, like ours, is part of a much larger, grander plan. A plan that's not about the beginning or the end, but about the journey of the soul. Loss, a universal human experience, yet one of the most difficult to grapple with. It's an inevitable part of our human existence, this profound sensation of absence, this absence of an energy that was once with us. The energy can be anything, a person, a relationship, a pet, a dream, even an era of our lives. The human experience of loss is a complex tapestry of emotions. It's a journey that takes us through the depths of despair, the valleys of sorrow, and ultimately the peaks of acceptance. It's a journey that is so incredibly personal, yet paradoxically so deeply universal. Every single one of us, irrespective of our beliefs, our cultures, our backgrounds, we all experience loss, and we all have our unique ways of dealing with it. Some of us may find solace in solitude, while others lean into the support of loved ones. Some may seek comfort in the spiritual, in the belief that the soul continues its journey, while others may find healing in the tangible, in the memories and legacies left behind. But no matter how we choose to navigate this human experience of loss, the truth remains that it is indeed tough. It's tough because it involves dealing with an absence of an energy that was once there, an energy that was once a part of our lives, a part of our very being. Yet it is precisely this experience of loss that makes us profoundly human. It is this experience that allows us to understand the value of the moments we have, the relationships we forge, and the dreams we chase. It is this experience that teaches us about resilience, about strength, about the incredible capacity of the human spirit to heal and to hope. The Egyptians had a saying for newborns, "Welcome to life," recognizing the cyclical journey of the soul. A journey that involves both gains and losses, a journey that is rich with experiences, a journey that is ultimately about growth and evolution. And it is in this understanding, in this recognition of the cyclical nature of life and soul, that we find a glimmer of comfort, a spark of hope amidst the human experience of loss. What if all this, the birth, the journey, the loss, is not by chance or accident? Consider this: every soul's journey, every life we live, every experience we endure, it all has a purpose. Each encounter, every tear shed, every burst of laughter, they're all part of a grand plan, a plan not to merely exist, but to evolve, to grow, to learn. Imagine life as a school, the toughest there is, where the curriculum is tailored for each of us, designed to nurture our souls. Each challenge we face, each hurdle we overcome, they're all lessons, lessons that shape us, that transform us. What if our lives are not just random events strung together, but part of a carefully orchestrated symphony? A symphony where each note, each pause, each crescendo has a purpose. And that purpose is to grow the soul, to broaden its understanding, to deepen its compassion. Imagine a soul as an old, wise entity, an entity that chooses to enter this realm, to brave the density of this dimension we call Earth. And why? To teach and to learn, to experience and to grow, to love and to lose. And as we navigate through this journey, we leave imprints, footprints of our existence, footprints that tell a story of resilience, of courage, of love, of loss, a story that is unique to each soul. But as unique as each story is, there's a common thread: the pursuit of growth, the quest for knowledge, the yearning to understand life, love, loss, and everything in between. And so we continue on this journey, embracing the ups and downs, the joys and sorrows, the triumphs and tribulations, because we know that each experience, each moment, each breath is part of our soul's growth. And as we end one life, we do not cease to exist, but merely turn the page, ready to embark on a new journey, ready to live a new life, ready to write a new chapter. Each soul has a never-ending story, each life a new chapter. And so we come to the end of this exploration, but perhaps it's just the beginning of your own. Let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've been on together. We started with the enigma of birth, the moment a new soul decides to enter this dense dimension we call Earth, the toughest school there is. We pondered when the soul enters the body, whether it's at the first breath or while still in the womb, and the possibility that we might be more aware of our surroundings at birth than we realize. From there, we embarked on the journey of the soul, contemplating the courage it takes to plunge into human existence, and the wisdom these brave souls bring with them. We considered the idea that we might all be old souls, returning to this plane perhaps 100 years after our last visit, always by choice, always with free will. We then delved into the human experience of loss, acknowledging the heaviness that comes with saying goodbye to an energy no longer with us. We recognized the difficulty of processing such experiences with our human understanding, and the little comfort we find in the face of it. In our fourth chapter, we sought to understand the purpose of this journey. We questioned whether the hardships we face are part of a grand design to grow our souls, to add new chapters to our never-ending stories. And now, as we arrive at our conclusion, let's hold these thoughts close to our hearts. Let's remember that every birth, every journey of a soul, every experience of loss, and every challenge we face is part of a magnificent plan. In the words of poet Rumi, we are not a drop in the ocean, we are the entire ocean in a drop. Remember, your journey from the first breath to the last is not without reason. It's all part of a magnificent plan.